Go for it.
Okay, let's end it. Howdy, welcome everybody to Seasons. My name is Kyle.
My name is Cameron.
We're here to talk about Texas film, the movie industry in general, and basically anything committed to video. And we're really excited to have our first podcast.
Absolutely. And we've got a structure to it. We're doing it all correct like. We've got some news stories that we each found. And then we're going to talk about Saltburn, which I got to see and review.
Let's go.
Got some thoughts on that. And then we're going to roll into what we're watching and call out a few people that were kind enough to comment or send us some sort of word of encouragement because we love that and we're attention hounds. So
we're going to close out then what we're talking about this week. But first off, I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to start this podcast. I'm rocking the Pulp Fiction shirt today for our first episode.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to be here. We've been working on this for a while. So
I do not have a special t-shirt. I'm just as excited though.
Okay, do we want to roll into news stories?
Yeah, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. All right, so I don't know if you saw this or not, but Ryan Gosling made a very hilarious face to the I'm Just Ken song from Barbie winning at the Critics' Choice Awards. I don't even know the face that he just made when they won. It was super funny. They cut to him, and they just held the camera on there for a long time.
And well, he was nominated for the Barbie, right, for I'm Just Ken. But Dua Lipa and Billie Eilish were in that category as nominated people too.
I just love how long the camera operators have been absolutely stellar with awards this season so far, with like cutting to audiences, especially with this one with Gosling, and then like with the Golden Globes when they would just cut to the crowd after Joe Coy would say something kind of not that funny. Anyway, my other news story that I picked up was, I don't know if you heard about this, but there's a Linda Ronstadt biopic. And Selena Gomez is starring as Linda Ronstadt.
Shit.
That was also yours?
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if this was also yours, but David O. Russell is directing it.
Okay.
Was that part of yours?
No,
Okay. Anyway, David O. Russell is directing that one, and I'm not excited for this because David O. Russell is. I'm not a fan of David O. Russell. For anyone who doesn't know out there, he did like American Hustle. Amsterdam, Silver Linings Playbook. I like Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah.
However, Amsterdam and American Hustle are really boring, especially Amsterdam. I think I was telling you earlier today how Amsterdam is one of my most hated movies ever.
Oh, yeah.
Just a quick background, Amsterdam. I honestly don't remember what that movie was even about. Let me read the synopsis here. Following three friends who witness a murder, they become suspects themselves and uncover one of the most outrageous plots in American history. That synopsis is about as vague as the movie actually is.
I'm trying to find. It's not even on David O. Russell's
They took it off. They took it off.
It is Wikipedia page.
I mean, Christian Bale is in it. John David Washington, Margot Robbie. So Christian Bale, John David Washington, and Margot Robbie are the three leads. And that's pretty much about as interesting as the movie actually is. It's like something happened in Amsterdam in World War II or something, but they're barely in Amsterdam the whole movie. And then like Taylor Swift is the one that gets murdered. She gets hit by a car in this movie, like run over. But that's about as interesting as the movie actually is. I remember this.
Do you find that funny? All the Swifties are gonna.
I know, for real. It was
block us.
You have to find the meme of it out there of her getting run over. It's like it's really like CGI'd, and it's kind of her like getting dragged under. Sorry, guys.
Was this what Tobey Maguire was in recently? No.
I don't think so. That was Babylon, I think.
Oh, Okay, I get those confused because they're like.
That's true. I enjoyed Babylon. Did not enjoy Amsterdam. I just remember this vividly being like the worst looking movie I think I've ever seen. Like the color grade was terrible. It looked like it was just had like a gray film over it.
Okay.
Also 32% of Rotten Tomatoes, so it looks like the critics agree with me. That was my news. Unfortunate that we had.
Do you take the stock of Rotten Tomatoes at value?
I think it's reflective of how critics feel.
the audience score.
Okay, yeah. I can get both those.
Okay.
I think.
Is that also bad?
No, I don't know. Honestly, like I know there was that like recent kind of news story that came out of like Rotten Tomatoes people being paid to. Did you hear about that?
No.
Okay, I guess that's my news story. This is super.
Yeah, that's the news story I want to hear.
Okay. I think it was a while ago where like it was a report that came out that Rotten Tomatoes critics were being paid to like inflate scores. So I guess if you take that then you have to take Rotten Tomatoes with a grain of salt. I think I take it. I think I take it as at face value. I think it's kind of like a reflection of what most of the critics are feeling about it. But I think some people maybe take it too seriously with letting it determine what movies they see and everything like that. So
that's your news?
Yeah, that's my news. That is my news for the week.
Here's my news. Star Wars Mandalorian movie.
Oh, yep.
Is coming out. That's straight from the Star Wars Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
They say The Mandalorian and Grogu are headed to the big screen. Directed by Jon Favreau, produced by Favreau, Kathleen Kennedy, and Dave Filoni. Mandalorian and Grogu will go into production later this year. And then a lot of people were like, well, season 3 sucked, so you should make a movie,
Yeah.
right?
I saw some things where that's everyone was like, that's the title of it, Mandalorian and Grogu. And so I thought that was kind of people roasting the title.
Is that the title of it?
I think so. I think that's the title.
That's not good.
And I also thought it was funny how I think this is the first Star Wars movie since Rise of Skywalker, right? In 2019.
Yeah, or maybe they did like an animated thing, but
I think at least first live action in 5 years.
Yeah.
Announced. So if it's announced now, in The Mandalorian, like the last couple seasons, I'm not even sure if I think Pedro just did the voice acting. I don't even think he was the body of it. So I'm interested to see.
Because then he was in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Which he was like had his face in clearly,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he was doing like double duty as like a voice actor.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I saw season 3 because I will agree that I don't really vibe with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually say that. Hold on. That was when they went to Mandalore, right? The home planet. I liked what's her name? I like Katie Sackhoff.
Mm-hmm.
But damn. Right. Okay. My next piece of news. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It's been moved to March 22nd. Warner Brothers shifted Godzilla times Kong, the new Empire, to March 29th, replacing that, and has left something called Mickey 17.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
What is Mickey 17?
So it's the director of Parasite, Bong Joon-ho. It's his next movie with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, okay.
So like I've heard some excitement about that, and also some now disappointment that is like indefinitely delayed, I think.
Okay. I thought it was Mickey Mouse related.
No.
Okay. I've seen that shot of him in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, the MRI.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But that stuff has been moved back. I don't really care about like the new Ghostbusters movies.
Yeah.
I didn't really care that they rebooted it either because it doesn't affect me.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't heard whether these are like good or bad.
Yeah.
I know that the old cast has come back, like Dan Aykroyd.
I saw that as well, yeah.
And Bill Murray and who else? Harold Ramis is dead.
Yeah.
He is. Well, their movie's not coming out until March 22nd. And then you said the Ryan Gosling one. Oh, the one I did personally really like was the they revealed Hugh Jackman's Wolverine mask.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't know who, was it a leak or did somebody put it up? I have no idea.
I saw that leak a while ago where they did the one of him and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I think that was like
him just like
somewhere.
walking around the quarry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
That's cool.
Now everyone's photoshopping that on his suit.
That's cool.
I think it looks good.
Nice.
I like that suit. I like the funny looking costumes.
Yeah, I think bringing back some of the, like, I know they did this in WandaVision where like they did like the Halloween episode where they brought back like some of the like comic book accurate like costumes. I thought was cool. So
just like the stretchy spandex.
Yeah, that they literally did that in the episode. Yeah.
And they like hot glued a whatever ring pop to his forehead. Yeah. More genre stuff. Anya Chalotra, who was Yennefer in the Witcher series, has been cast as Cersei in Creature Commandos. That loops into like James Gunn took over the DC Universe movies.
Are you excited for his new interpretation? Okay. I
am. Everyone's so whiny about the whole drama of like Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
I don't care. I want like a happy Superman. And I've been reading all like the Superman books. I just got done with I like started number 1, right? And I just got done in the real world with World War II. Like at the time, it's like propaganda against Japanese people, so it's really racist. And it's like, I'm very uncomfortable reading this. Yeah. And then they just did a story after that was, I felt like an apology because they don't go to Japan, but they go to China. And like all of the horrible like drawings that they do of Asian people is like gone. And they just look like normal people. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to hope that the U.S. government like pressured them into like doing really racist comic books.
To stop printing the stuff in your comic books.
Yeah, but maybe I'm like rationalizing it because I just like Superman.
Mm.
I am excited to like get something that looks like the Christopher Reeve stuff, and I am really excited because David Cornsweet seems like a good choice. And I mean, this is old news now, but he's Superman. And then Rachel Brosnahan from Marvelous Miss Maisel, Ms. Maisel. She divorces at the beginning of that. She's great. I think she'll be great as Lois Lane. And then Nicholas Hoult, who did like Renfield and Warm Bodies, and then he was in the X-Men movies. He's going to be Lex Luthor. So they're going to do a bunch of stuff. And then Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner, which
nice. Yeah.
I'll show you this later, but he's one of the Green Lanterns, like the asshole Green Lantern. But then Supergirl. Some actors that are up for that are Millie Alcock from House of the Dragon.
I have not seen House of the Dragon, but
I have not seen it either. I hear she's good, but I just see like the same picture of her like with that wig.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She probably is. Someone named Amelia Jones, never heard of her. And then Meg Donnelly, I've also never heard of her. But that's from Deadline. That's also verified. So good lead.
Yeah, I really liked what James Gunn did with the Suicide Squad remake that he did. Yeah. And also Peacemaker, the television show on HBO Max. That was good. Or Max now. But they were both good. They're both like really graphic, but in like a like he was just having fun with it type way. So like I wasn't opposed to
I think like I did love Peacemaker. I don't know if I cared if like the villains were like little alien bugs.
Yeah.
But I really don't care because I think it was just a fun thing to see anyways.
And it's kind of funny how seeing like how some of John Cena's like movies get absolutely panned online by critics, but like I think Peacemaker was pretty good actually. I thought he was really well in that. So
did you see The Rock had a quote about like I want to make films that matter now?
I know what you're talking about because he signed with like A24 or he was gonna be in the next Benny Safdie movie. The Safdie movie. Okay.
And everyone's like, you're not gonna be that guy. I saw somebody say like he thinks they're gonna say his name at the Oscars.
The Rock like, wins an Oscar.
I got a lot more news. Simu Liu said no Taylor slander at PCA's People's Choice for Taylor Swift in reference, and then also in reference to Joe Coy. He said something. He said a lot of things that night.
Yeah.
But okay. What has Simu Liu done other than Barbie recently?
He was in the 10 Rings, the Marvel movie.
Well, yeah, and then
I think that was it. Honestly, that's like his breakout. I think.
Sick. He also did some celebrity basketball game.
Oh yeah, you know that Simu Liu was a stock image?
Yeah.
Actor. Okay.
He's like doing
model.
All the yoga stuff.
I found that out a while ago, and his photos are hilarious.
Yeah.
Given the context that he's like a superstar now. In Hollywood,
I love how recent they still look because he hasn't.
That's true. Yeah.
Like
they do
shot up, like a long time ago.
He looked
the last 3 years.
Yeah. It looks funny.
Matthew McFadden won the Emmy. Well, I have a lot of Emmy.
Emmys just happened.
Names. Do we care? Do we want to? Well, we should.
You can do a couple.
Film
might as
podcast.
Well. Yeah, do a couple.
Okay, well,
I did see that like Better Call Saul like didn't win anything or won very little.
Yeah, it got like 54 nominations or something over its whole series.
Oh yeah.
No wins. Which I think is a snub, I guess. But
yeah, major snub.
And then Jeremy Allen White won Outstanding Lead Actor for a comedy series. Asterisk on The Bear being a comedy series.
I have not seen The Bear yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
It's a great show.
Okay, that's.
I do think it deserves like its praise. I think it's totally categorized for comedy.
What do you think it should be?
Drama.
Okay.
I mean, they have like funny moments, and I do think they like started it out to be kind of a funny show, but not by like the end of season 2.
No, season 2.
No, I was crying at the end of that.
Jeremy Allen White is definitely on the up with this and with The Bear and the Iron Claw.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was in the Iron Claw, and then he's a Calvin Klein underwear model now.
Yeah, man, he is absolutely humongous in the Iron Claw and the Calvin Klein ads.
I saw somebody comment, great choice, nice bulge.
just what Calvin Klein looks for when they're choosing their underwear models.
Yeah,
the bulge factor.
Well, you ever see him in? I never watched this show. What's it called?
He was in Shameless.
Shameless, yeah.
I've watched part of Shameless, and he was
like half naked in the whole show.
Yeah, he was younger for a while in it, and then got like aged into it. So
Yeah.
it's good to see he's getting his flowers now for some independent stuff and breaking into movies, which is cool.
Trevor Noah is the first black person to win an Emmy for an outstanding talk series.
Nice.
Which was, good on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And then this kind of ties in from before, but this is a list of all of I think these are live action films for Star Wars. Dave Filoni has got one, A New Jedi Order, Mandalorian Grogu, something called Dawn of the Jedi. Well, okay, there's that one, and then the ones that have been confirmed, I know, are the Taika Waititi one, and then the Sean Levy one.
Oh, okay.
And then Taika Waititi, people know him from Thor and Jojo Rabbit and stuff like that. What We Do in the Shadows, and then Sean Levy, Deadpool recently. Probably mostly for Taika Waititi because he's got a sense of humor that you can recognize. He'll probably put that into a Star Wars movie, but I don't want like a Deadpool in that universe. Like I like Deadpool enough, like I like Ryan Reynolds, but then I think Sean Levy has a little more range.
Yeah, I think Sean Levy is a producer on Stranger Things, so if he kind of brings that energy, and also Free Guy, and The Adam Project, all the Ryan Reynolds movies that he just wanted to make with his friends. I thought John Watts was I heard John Watts was directing one as well, who is the Spider-Man Homecoming director.
Oh, and then old news, John Watts was connected to Fantastic Four and then dropped.
See, okay.
And then, do I have any news for Fantastic Four? I do not. But Pedro Pascal, speaking of, is like heavily rumored for Reed Richards.
Oh yeah, I saw that as well. That's
Mr.
cool.
Fantastic. I'm okay with that. I'm pretty agnostic to castings until I see like the performance. I wanted John Krasinski back.
Yeah,
I just like him.
He was good. I thought it was hilarious in Multiverse of Madness when they brought in all the cameos just to have Wanda brutally murder every one of them, which was funny.
You got spaghetti strained.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my news roundup.
Yeah, I think that kind of wraps it. Do you want to move into our Saltburn discussion?
Yeah.
Okay.
I should probably bring up the article I wrote. If you want to read the article, go ahead to SZNSMAG.com. We have it in a drop-down tab that just says articles. And
under criticism as well, so like you can check out some other ones we've done reviews on.
Absolutely.
I think I said Saltburn was, I didn't quite enjoy it, but couldn't quite look away is what what my final thought on it was. Because it was just, it was fine for like the first like 30 minutes. You're kind of like, oh, these guys just, being awkward together. They're just kind of, they just don't quite know each other yet.
I thought it was even kind of sweet at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the point of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because it's like this little guy who's really shy. Maybe he doesn't know if he's gay or whatever. And then the movie like picks up and it's like, this is not cute. This is
just
not.
The moment that Barry Keoghan just drinks Jacob Elordi's post-masturbation bathwater is. I was just like, whoa.
I thought we were gonna build up to that, but yeah, he does that.
And I loved how Emerald Fennell, the director, framed that shot of it was just the drain, and then he just like comes out of nowhere, like his face is so huge in the frame to slurp it up. Yeah, you got me here, I guess. But man, that was she framed that shot really well to just to make it truly out of nowhere and just from that moment on it was just,
I would say visually very great.
I agree. Movie. It looked amazing.
It's got like that squarish aspect ratio, which looks artsy, but then they do a lot of really interesting like shot selections, like with I wrote about this, but like they do a lot of water reflection, or maybe like 3 things, I don't know, but the world's upside down. Things aren't what they look like or whatever. But I think visually, I think they just look interesting. And then there was one scene. Are we doing spoilers for this, or do you want to do non-spoilers first?
Well, let's do non-spoilers for a little while, and then we'll get into spoiler territory. But going back to the visual prowess of this movie, I thought they used like the architecture of the area they were in so well, especially with Oxford, and then actually back to the Saltburn estate. I mean, you could see, and I think you mentioned this in your article, the expansiveness, but also how stuffy it seemed at times. Yeah. I think that was a really cool contrast that they ended up getting well with both Oxford and the Saltburn estate, which was really cool.
Yeah, everything felt like kind of hazy.
That's true. I agree.
Like all the air was stale. But that I think was also intentional. I'm glad we weren't in Oxford
for very long.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Right? Sorry. I clearly didn't go there. But yeah, I'm glad we didn't stay there the whole time and we went to different place.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, like licensed music too.
Yeah.
Like for all the partying scenes and whatnot, because it take place in 2006.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I don't know why they did that.
Mm-hmm.
I think just to because it's not a spoiler, but at the end they match up to like the modern day.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie takes place over that span of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have been fine if it could have been said anytime, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was interesting as well when they pulled out the welcome class of 2006 banner.
Yeah.
Like right in one of the first scenes.
Well, they're still in like MacBooks. So I was like,
yeah.
What does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought I was like, is this a true story? But it's not. It's,
God, man, that was
because there's some stuff that's improvised. That's I hope not. Real.
Yes, and speaking to that, Barry Keoghan, I know a lot has been said, but it was absolutely nuts in this movie. Just like he was just awkward at first, and like you were saying, kind of sweet in the sense like, oh, maybe he's just shy. He's getting made fun of, doesn't have a ton of friends, but then he just like flips the rails, like just goes off the rails and like you were saying, some reports have come out. He's improvised some scenes. Yeah, whatever. We'll get into spoiler territory now, but there's
I can't talk about this.
Yeah,
without
no, you can't
talk about the parts.
You can't talk.
Remember,
but Jacob Elordi's Felix dies, and Barry Keoghan's Oliver Quick mourns him by humping his grave. And this was supposedly improvised by Barry Keoghan, where he just whipped his thing out and just right into the grave.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
his baby Barry.
All power to Emerald Fennell, just saying let the cameras run, let him do his thing.
I will say he asked for a closed set, which I guess is the classiest way to do that. But yeah, great.
I mean, it worked.
I saw more of Barry Keoghan than I thought I was gonna.
Definitely. I mean, when this movie started, I did not think I was going to see Barry Keoghan running around naked in the Saltburn estate. That was for sure.
Yeah, he's free bird.
But to be honest, that song he dances to, like the murders on the dance floor.
Yeah.
It's been stuck in my head since I saw that, honestly.
It's a good song.
You can never listen to it again, though, now without.
No, the moment is changed.
Yeah.
But, okay, so like, spoilers, the plot of this is Oliver Quick is in Oxford. He becomes like enamored with this guy named
Felix.
What's his name? Felix?
Mm-hmm. Jacob Elordi.
So he gets enamored with Jacob Elordi, who's like 6'3" is what I read.
Mm-hmm.
So understandable, I guess. Tall guy. But he finds out that he's rich. He like tells him that his parents were drug addicts and one of them dies or something as they're like building their friendship. And so Felix feels bad and he invites him over to the family estate because he's rich. And then Oliver just like gets enamored with the people in his family and the idea that he is rich. And then essentially he like cons him into like believing all of these lies about him. And then Felix finds out because he like surprises him by taking him to his mom, who he thinks is like now sober, but it turns out she was never addicted to anything, and his dad's alive, and he's not an only child. And then anyway, Felix dies, and then Felix's sister dies, and then Felix's cousin gets like disowned.
Yeah, like exiled almost from the Saltburn estate.
And then Rosamund Pike, who's his mom, becomes like interested in Barry Keoghan's character. And so like Barry Keoghan, he kills Felix, he like poisons him, and then he gives the sister razor blades when she's in the bathtub. They've got a whole situation too, like a relationship. So she kills herself. And then in the modern day, he finds out that the dad who kicked him out eventually is dead. And then he stalks Rosamund Pike until he... I don't know what happens at the end, if they got married or if they were just buddies. And then he inherited the whole estate. But that's what he has at the end, is the whole house. And all of the places his friends died.
And I definitely was not expecting it to go the route it did. Like you kind of knew he was up to something, but then in the end, when you're like, he only wanted it for Saltburn, wasn't expecting it at first. So that was a really good twist.
I don't even know if he wanted it for Saltburn.
Yeah.
Or if he was just like
That's a good point.
at a point where he just wanted to see if he could.
Yeah.
And then at the end he could.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he like had a plan.
That's
I think
true.
he was
That's a good
just
point.
finding moments to just be a little schemer.
Mm-hmm.
Because he schemes and he's
I need to know what he was up to in between 2006 and 2023. What kind of schemes he was up to.
Yeah. A sequel?
Saltburn.
Interquel?
Sequel, yeah.
Or whatever.
What was going on in between.
But, yeah. Yeah, that is a good point. Because he's gone for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I'm probably leaning more to like a 6.
Mm-hmm.
I did think it was like a good movie, but I don't think it was like...
Mm-hmm.
I think 7 is like good underlined, and then 6 is like good body text. So
Yeah. I agree. Like when I was done, I was just kind of shock isn't the right word, but just sitting there and like I was like, I don't even have an opinion about this. I was like, I have no idea what to rate it.
I have an opinion about it.
But I felt I could go. I think I gave it an 8 initially, just because it looked really great and it was just like really well directed and produced all around. Every aspect of it was really well done, but at the same time, that could definitely be lower. And so I think
yeah, it's definitely not like average.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not an average movie, but yeah, it is tough to like put into words what you see.
It is, because
it doesn't feel slow. I'll say that.
No, not at all.
It does. It kind of moves along like as you'd want a story to move, but yeah, it was disturbing, strange.
The unexpected nature of it was, I felt I could have used a little more background, because I think in the synopsis it's like Oliver Quick visits Felix's family for like a summer he'll never forget or something like that.
Yeah.
I think maybe I could have done with a little more background, because I really didn't know what to expect, and so that kind of gave me the wrong impression, I think, going in, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it was just I was like really not expecting some of the twists and turns it takes.
Was it just me, or was it like when you saw commercials were you like, this is like a college movie?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. I remember seeing some stuff on social media of some funny reactions to it. So I kind of had like, I was like, okay, what is this movie? Like what's...
Yeah.
And it was stylized in such a way with like the big Saltburn logo, and just seeing some stills of the scene of some stills of the movie where I knew it was like stylized in a very unique way that I was like, okay, this movie's going to be different, but I was definitely not expecting the route it ended up taking.
I thought it was like coming of age. I was wrong.
Very wrong.
Yeah.
Well, almost coming of age. In the...
Coming in the gravestone or whatever.
Yeah.
Apologies. That was crass.
At some age, shake my head in the studio.
Cut that. What else did I write about this? I mean, it'll probably get nominated for awards. I mean, it's, it fills all the boxes, checks all the boxes.
It is. And I like what you said in the beginning of your piece about it, that it was like, is this like Oscar fodder for people to come after?
Yeah.
Which I definitely do not disagree with that, especially at the time it came out. But I think it's worth some of the awards. I mean, it looks, like I said, it looks great. The production, the whole thing is sound.
And not to be cynical about
it.
I think like they wanted to make something of that quality, and then they did their best to do it.
And I thought the performance all around, I mean, we all know Barry Keoghan's going to get his flowers, but everyone did a really good job on that one.
Yeah.
I thought especially with, let me check his name, the guy who played Farley, I thought he was really well. He was good as well.
He was also like conniving, but not in the same way, but like he also knew something.
And yeah, I think he was surprising, because I've seen him in, what was it? The Gran Turismo, the new racing movie that came out. So he has some.
Yeah. Was he the main character, like the guy who learns to drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's what I saw him in recently. Archie Madekwe. Yep. So he was in Gran Turismo, and then he was really good in this one. I think he stole a lot of the scenes he was in, actually.
Okay.
So that's my thought about that.
Okay. Yeah, I said this had like a moral of like, or like an inverse moral of like people do shitty things and there's no consequences. I guess I stand by that. My enthusiasm for that is not, I didn't write that thinking, yeah, this is great. But I guess that's as valid of a thing to say in a movie. And I said that doesn't happen a lot, and I don't know if that's true. But I think in terms of like what released this year, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think another cool note about this is that it was produced by Lucky Chap, which is also it's Margot Robbie's production company that also did Barbie. So they're having a very crazy year.
I did read something that said Margot Robbie asks to be CC'd on all of the emails for Lucky Chap.
That's awesome, actually.
I think that's, she's on top of it, and everyone's like, is it a lot of emails?
Yeah.
And probably, because they made Barbie. For
real, I want to know if somebody, like, just inquiring something with Lucky Chap, how they get to Margot's email, make sure she sees that.
Yeah,
what's the
path to Margot Robbie's email?
But yeah, they did Barbie, Saltburn most recently, and then, most of the, actually, now that I'm looking at this, most of the movies that Margot's been in the past couple of years they've done. Yeah. But I've heard of some of the stuff that, in some of her actors on actors, and some of the stuff that like Variety and the Hollywood Reporter does with like actors and actors interviews, where she's talked about the production struggles they went through with Barbie to get it made, like going back and forth with Mattel and stuff like that. I mean, I really props to her for taking huge swings with her production company.
Yeah,
because it's paid off. I mean, Barbie and Saltburn. I mean, Saltburn's not going to make $1 billion, but probably it is not. Like it's talked about in the zeitgeist out here.
Yeah, no, for sure. For all the reasons it might not want to be, but yeah. I don't think it was a bad movie.
No, I don't either.
I gave it a thumbs up, I guess. Or like one of these like halfway.
Mid, yeah.
Yeah. But I need a break from that kind of movie.
Definitely, you needed to watch.
Yeah.
Just something different after that.
I don't even know what my next review is gonna be.
I don't know either.
I'm writing something for tomorrow that's exciting. It's about film friendly communities.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
So keep an eye on that, by the way. But I don't know. Well, we do have some suggestions, but I guess we can save those for our comments section.
Yeah, do you want to roll into that? We can wrap up our conversation on Saltburn.
Let's see where we're.
Yeah, my final take on Saltburn was pretty similar to yours.
Yeah, final thoughts.
Like again, I started with this phrase, and I'll end it with it. But I'm not quite sure if I enjoyed it, but I couldn't quite look away, which I think perfectly encapsulates what Saltburn is.
Yeah, I'll remember it for a while.
Yeah, probably one viewing is enough. Maybe we'll watch it. It's just one of those movies that I might have to watch with like a group of friends next time, just for the chaos of it.
Oh, the hate watching. I do love hate watching.
Maybe not necessarily hate watching, but just like the absolute chaos of watching those scenes with somebody else. I watched it with my girlfriend, and just when those scenes, everyone knows what scenes we're talking about, comes on. Just our reactions were so hilarious. So I think I might have to rewatch this with a big group one time, just to get group reaction out of some of it.
I should have watched it with alcohol. I watched it sober.
And you had to close your blinds.
I did have to close my blinds. That wasn't hyperbole. Because I live on the. I live where you can see into my TV, and I wasn't ready for people to watch that with me. Rolling into comments. Within the last week, we got a great comment that said that my writing was spot on for Saltburn. So thanks. But that's from Zaria, and thank you, Zaria. She suggests Poor Things would be a great thing for us to review. That's on your radar.
Yeah? It is, yeah. I think it's out of some theaters right now, so I'm going to have to take a peek see if any theaters in the area have it still running. If not, I'm going to have to see if it's on streaming anytime soon, because I'm not happy that I missed it in theaters, so I'm going to have to search around for it.
Okay. Ishka Samant, who we both know, suggests Anyone But You, and that was also on your radar too.
It was, yeah. I watched that one. I had some thoughts, so I'll have to get an article down. But yeah, I think it was a good rom-com. I think it's been pretty successful. Check out our box office recaps. Just another shameless plug. I think it's been pretty successful actually. So I'll have to do that. It's what the people want.
Absolutely. These aren't comments, but we did review Iron Claw. So
Mhm.
if you want to check that out, that would be superb. I still need to watch that, but it looks good.
It was really good. And off the back of that, we're rolling what we have coming out for this week. We just dropped Lore Fest, which is our first Texas film feature.
Yeah.
That was a really cool thing Cameron and I did back in October. We're covering a local film festival, talking a lot about folklore that the Texas A&M University put on with their students. And they were able to host it in downtown Bryan, right next door to College Station, where A&M is. So that was a really cool event that we went to, and we've been working on that feature for a while. So to get that out was really fun. That was really cool.
It went through quite a life cycle.
It did, certainly.
In terms of like the editing too.
Mm-hmm. It took a while, but it's definitely worth it.
Well, it happened at an odd time.
Definitely.
Because that was like kind of the end of last semester's like free time for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a great time just going and recording it.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, things really picked up because people had midterms and finals or whatever.
Yeah.
But and then we updated a lot of how like our site looks and how our socials look. And then we had our breaks and whatnot. And so I honestly do think this came out as early as it probably could have.
Yeah, you're right.
But I really don't mind though.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited. It was just a really cool environment to see that, especially locally. It's our bread and butter of what exactly we want to cover. So
Anna Deerdorf says, I love this. And Ish says, this is awesome.
Let's go. That was really exciting.
That was for the video specifically. So
that's your video too. That's really cool.
Yes. Thank you for those comments, by the way. I'm editing this at like 2 a.m. And I don't feel like pulling out a microphone, so this is a little voice memo to say thanks because I forgot in the moment. I loved it. I loved doing it.
Mm-hmm. It was really fun, really cool experience. And exactly our bread and butter of what we want to cover, so it ended up working out perfectly.
Yes, and that's going to happen every year. Mm-hmm. And we have very exciting South by Southwest.
Oh yeah, we'll be covering South by Southwest in the next couple months. We got media credentials. Today, Cameron got approved for some media credentials. So we'll be there taking some photos, some video, doing some live coverage. That's going to be really exciting. So, and just to have, that's like the biggest film event in Texas. So to be able to be almost legitimized to cover an event like that, that's like what we've been wanting. So
it's wild because I know Seasons has been around for a while. But in terms of like, in relation to like when we really kicked up our output, to go to South by Southwest this early, I think is really cool.
For real.
And hopefully, like the next time it happens, they'll see like, oh, you got approved last year. So like, duh, you're coming back. So yeah, I'm really excited for that.
I know. I'm not sure what to expect. I haven't been to South by Southwest yet, but I've saw that some of their key headliners were like Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, who did Everything Ever All at Once, which is going to be really cool. Yeah. To see them speak. And then we did a whole article.
We gotta plan our days.
Yeah, for real. Cameron did a whole article about some of the big films we're on the lookout for.
We can talk about this more when we get closer, but the 2 headlining films are Fall Guy and Babes. Fall Guy's got Ryan Gosling, and then Babes has Alana Glazer. So those are
both exciting.
2 slam dunks, and then just a ton of like really interesting looking short films. And I was answering my interview questions for our little feature of ourselves. But I was talking about the short films that they're doing kind of based around like the border. And then they have a drag race short film or documentary short film that they have out based on specifically drag races in Texas, which I think is going to look, I mean, it looks really important and I would like to see it. But yeah, what are the dates for South by Southwest?
I think it's like March 8th through like the 16th. It's like well over a week, I think.
Okay. We're going to do our best to be there all days, right?
I'm excited. Yeah, they have some really cool, like you're saying, interesting shorts.
Are we driving 2 hours to and then 2 hours back every day?
We might have to scheme up a place to stay. Yeah. Ish, maybe. Megan, you guys are around Austin.
Oh, okay.
This is our pitch.
That is. Yeah. I can't afford a hotel there.
No way, no.
I bought a hotel room for one night when I was doing a short film with my friend. For my friend. She was the director and the boss. But
no, not again.
Not a great idea. I got lucky because then she was filming in the town I was living in at the time. So I just went home after that. Yeah. But that one night, it was right across UT campus. Nice. So I don't know what I was thinking. I could have, been a little further, but anyway.
Yeah.
I do love Austin. I don't love its prices, but I love Austin.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, that's what we got going on.
I think we'll roll into close. Let's talk about what we're watching, and then we can close down.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I forgot about that segment, and that's like my favorite segment.
Yeah.
You go first. I talk a lot.
So I've been watching Mean Girls a lot recently. I've been trying to gear up for the new musical, so I had never seen the original Mean Girls somehow, so I watched that the other night. Really enjoyed it. I thought it had some early 2000s comedy that probably wouldn't work anymore, but wasn't offensive enough to not be funny or in poor taste. So I thought that was good. Really just super funny, comedic, obviously. A classic for all the right reasons. And so that's what I've been watching. Trying to watch Mean Girls tonight, the musical, so we'll see how that one compares. Did not know that Tina Fey wrote the screenplay for either until looking into it. So that surprised me. Again, seems super obvious.
Were you surprised she wrote the original or the new one?
The original.
Okay, I was surprised she wrote the new one.
Okay.
I don't know why she thought, let's make it a musical now.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they turn it into a musical.
Yeah.
I think it's a room for that, obviously. So we'll see how well that is.
Did you see the video of the people in theaters like groaning when Hungry Rice starts to sing?
Oh boy,
in the desk.
I did not. Okay. So I guess we'll have to.
Well, I think they just weren't expecting it to be a musical.
Oh yeah, okay. That's like a whole other thing
where.
Hell? Yeah.
I didn't know it was either. They don't show any of the music in the commercials.
I've seen people say the same thing about Wonka as well. So.
Is that a musical?
Wonka's a musical, yeah.
Was it originally?
It was, yeah.
Because I know he goes like the Gene Wilder one sings, but the new one. The middle one with Johnny Depp.
I don't know. I've not seen the one.
You haven't?
I've not seen the Johnny Depp one.
Interesting.
I've seen the Gene Wilder one, but I probably saw the Johnny Depp one when I was younger, but I don't remember it. So.
Okay. You don't remember like the girl that turns into the blueberry?
Yeah, that's in the Gene Wilder one though.
Oh, okay. Or the kid that eats himself because he's made of chocolate. Was that also in the...
That was not in the Gene Wilder one.
Okay.
Wonka, a different take aside, much more lighter toned than some of the other Willy Wonka movies. But
that has
yes, that's what I've been watching.
Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa.
It is.
Okay. And he was like, I hated it, and I don't think this is going to turn out well.
I thought it turned out great if you said that, but I thought it turned out well. So I think Wonka's definitely a big suggestion of mine if everyone's out there going to go see a movie.
Okay.
So that's what I've been watching, Mean Girls.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. How are you?
Okay. I have been watching kind of a career timeline of George Clooney. Mm-hmm. Not because I love celebrities and want to know everything about them. I do like the idea of watching a guy's career over time. And so right now I'm at ER season 3. I think in the middle of season 3. And then I've been waiting on a DVD for a movie he did called One Fine Day with Michelle Pfeiffer. And I really love that movie. I've seen it before. Mm-hmm. It's just time to watch it again because of the whole series of stuff I've arranged. Mm-hmm. But then College Station iced over. Brian iced over recently. It's 30 degrees out right now with huge wind chill. So my package got delayed until I think Thursday. So that's a bummer. But I'm hopefully going to be watching One Fine Day on Thursday so that way I can keep watching ER because in the meantime, this isn't what I'm watching, but it's what I'm reading. I've been reading all of those Superman comics and some of I'm trying to read Superman and X-Men at the same time because I'm in the modern day X-Men but the golden age Superman and I'm sitting at home a lot and I'm like, wow, it's really quiet. I wish I was watching the TV show I wanted to see. But the minute George Clooney's out of that show, because it's a 15-season show, but he's out by season 5.
Damn.
I drop it. And then he does a bunch of movies. He becomes a movie star.
Nice.
So I recently saw an episode with him in it where he's going to the opera or something in his sports car or whatever. And it's a torrential downpour and he loses gas or something. And then he has to save a little boy from a storm drain near... I don't know what that big park in Chicago is. I forgot. The one with Clouds Gate. But there was a bean. But he's in that park. And so he has to save the boy from the storm drain. And it's a really good episode. And I can see why he was chosen to be Batman after that. Also, in the meantime, while I've been waiting for this, I've been watching Ryan Gosling stuff. I think I can watch The Notebook now. The last thing I saw, he was like a football player in Montana or something, like a high school football player. A few movies before that, he was a neo-Nazi. That was like his first breakout film role. So I'm really surprised he like got more stuff and became Ken or anything.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think that wraps us up. I think thanks everyone for tuning in to Seasons Pod episode 1. Hopefully this is just the beginning. We're on the ascend. Hopefully we'll get a better rhythm, better setup. So hopefully our production value will.
You don't like the lamp?
I think we need like a Seasons sign or something, some branding.
We could project.
Over here.
Ooh, we could project.
That's a good idea. Okay, stay tuned next time for a projector.
I don't have one, but
I have a projector.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Does it like connect to a computer or? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Sick.
Let's sign it up. We'll be back next time with a projector. Stay tuned. Let us know. Let us know your thoughts. Any comments? Leave us nice comments, and you'll be read out on the show. Maybe even bad comments will be.
Yeah. I'd love to get to a point where we read hate comments.
That's how you know you're doing something right, I guess.
Or wrong, and I just think it's funny.
That's true. If people hate it. Yeah, I think that kind of wraps us up.
Yep.
We'll be back next time. Not exactly sure when, but stay tuned. Yeah, signing off.
I'm not going to... yes, we are done. Signing off.